Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a Showstopper birthday card. If you like it, let's have a look how to create it. For my project, I'm going to use a new collection from Relatively Thoughtful called Autumn Passions. In this collection, you get lots of beautiful design papers and patterns with amazing warm colors and ombre effects. And I have to admit that it is my totally favorite one from Relatively Thoughtful. If you'd like to get this collection, I left the link in the description down below. It is a digital collection, which means if you get it, you can print it as many times as you want. Especially all those elements to fussy cut, including the flowers, but also fairies and leaves as well. This collection also has some tags and frames you can use for variety of projects, and you also get some sentiments that you can use for any card projects as well. So please let me know in the comments if you like this collection so far. So I thought that would be perfect collection for today's project. I have to admit that all those colors literally scream to me, use me as quickly as possibly. So when this is here, then we have to decide which elements you're going to use for your project. But first, let's use that amazing cutting die from Made to Surprise by Sam Calcott, and I'm going to leave to this die in the description down below. And I die cut that element twice from 300 GSM card, and as you can see, I'm going to adhere those elements together so they will overlap exactly in the middle. So this way we're going to have 3D cut in the end. But what's really good about it, it will fold flat. However, this card will be pretty big, so you have to create an envelope for it. But this card is definitely worth it. So as you can see, you can use your fingers just to move those elements here. But at this point, I thought, why not? And let's use a bone folder. And to be honest, that was a game changer here. I'm going to use it in a minute. Have you ever created a showstopper card? Or please let me know if you saw any of Sam Calcott's showstopper cards, because I think this is one of the best dice in my collection, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to create quite a lot of projects with it. If you like it, please let me know in the comments down below. So as you can see, I'm just using my bone folder now just to burnish all those collines, and actually it really makes a difference. I'm going to do it on both sides, so this way it will be professionally finished, and that's exactly what we want. And now, decisions, how you going to decorate your project. So I thought, let's have one color that will match all of them. So I decided to go with brown. So I'm going to use some of the biggest dice for mats and layers, and I'm going to use brown cardstock from my stash. Then you have to decide which design papers you want to use from this collection. And I went with that ombre leaf and also the pattern. I absolutely love those, and I'm sure I'm going to use that collection very often. So now, as you can see, this element is ready, and I thought that brown will work so well with those autumnal colors. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. So here I'm using my totally favorite one, liquid glue, magic glue, because you do have that wiggle room if you make a mistake, and we want to have beautiful mats and layers for this project. Now I've got the side panels, and what do you think about those colorful leaves on the sides? When I saw them, I thought that would be such a good idea to match very busy background with that beautiful ombre effect in the middle. If you like it, please let me know in the comments down below. Have you created your autumn projects yet? Maybe today is the day if you haven't started. And that Autumn Passions collection is just perfect. And that is the time of the year now where we focus on beautiful warm colors. And to be honest, I have to admit that the color palette in this collection is my totally favorite one. I know I usually say it about relatively thoughtful collections, but this time I really mean it. So now, as you can see, it is time to create some bigger panels, and they will go one on the left and one on the right. And then we need some smaller elements. And all those actually elements you can die cut from the die I showed you from Sam Calcott. So if you'd like to get this die, I'm going to leave the link in the description down below, together with any other products I use in today's video. So now it will be time to assemble all the small elements. And to be honest, this card all together took me about half an hour to create. So seriously, it is such a short time for a really beautiful card, right? How much time do you usually spend to create a card? Please let me know in the comments down below, because sometimes it takes me 2 hours to create a card and I do lots of coloring, lots of fussy cutting, but I'm always happy with the result. But here, I really like the name of this cutting die, Showstopper, because it really is. When you put that card on the desk or on the shelf, seriously, it looks stunning, especially with all those beautiful warm colors. So now it is time to get our card base and start assembling all those elements here. And again, it is super quick to make. So again, I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue. And if you remember what I said in my previous video, on Sunday, I'm going to have a stall in Southend Sci-Fi Festival. So if you'd like to see me, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'm going to leave the link if you're interested in that event. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. So very soon you can expect some science fiction cards and projects on my channel. Have you ever created one? If you have, maybe you do have some suggestions for me. So now it is time to add some smaller panels on the left and on the right, and then those rectangles. I tried really hard to have, let's say, beautiful balance on my card. So as you can see, I'm going to have all those leaves at the top and at the bottom, and in the middle, I'm going to have the same ombre, like exactly the bigger piece you can see in the center of the card. So when these elements are ready, I fussy cut quite a lot from this collection, and I have to say that some of the elements are pretty tricky to fussy cut, but they are absolutely worth it. So I took some fairies, but also leaves and other elements you're going to see in a moment. And I usually keep them in a zip wallet together with my collection. So, as you can see, I fussy cut quite a lot. So I do have still plenty to create another project. And I decided to use that fairy. She is so beautiful, and I decided to give her some dimension just to make sure she pops on the card. And to be honest, that was a really good decision. And because this card has so many beautiful patterns on the left and on the right, and there is like ombre effect in the middle, I thought that fairy would be just perfect. Have you ever created a card with fairies? If you have, what collection, stamp, or cutting die did you use? Please let me know in the comments down below. I think the fairies in this collection, they're simply beautiful. So why not to use them to create a birthday card for autumn season, right? So now when she's ready, then I've got plenty of flowers and leaves to play with. I tried to do it as symmetrical as I wanted, but to be honest, I chose all different flowers and leaves just to make this card even more special. So as you can see, I try to keep the same color palette on the left and on the right. And to be honest, I absolutely love the end effect. So now it will be time to add some leaves. And when these are ready, then you have to decide what kind of sentiment do you want to put on your project. And today I decided to use one of my favorite birthday cutting dies from Crafter's Companion. It is pretty old, and I also cut it in half just to make sure it will fit exactly where I wanted. So as you can see, this card looks pretty good so far, right? So now it is time for that sentiment, and it is happy birthday. And I use gold solid card from Crafter's Companion. It is one of my favorites actually when it comes to cutting the sentiments. So again, I'm going to use my liquid glue, and if you do have any excess of it, you can always get rid of it on the back of your hand, and that will be perfectly fine. So now we've got that happy birthday and the cut is nearly completed. But at this point, I thought I really like it, but let's make sure the back is beautiful as well. And there will be plenty of space to write your message. So using exactly the same cutting dies in that Sam Calcott's cutting die set, I created two mats and layers. So this way, the back will look beautifully and professionally finished. Have you ever done that to your cards? Please let me know in the comments down below. Do you usually decorate the inside where you write the message or the back of the card? If you do, how do you decorate it? So now the card is totally completed. So at this point, I didn't add any pearls or gems. I thought the design paper is enough here. Please let me know about your thoughts on gems and pearls here. I would absolutely love to know. So, what do you think about this color palette and the card? Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting! Bye for now!